At the beginning of the drama, Mereay is jogging when she sees that her company's employees are coming towards her. Mereay passes by them without saying anything. Just then, Mereay's mom wakes her up, so she sees that she was dreaming. Her mom says, "You are getting late for the office." Mereay's mom's name is Yeon. Then Mereay quickly gets up and after getting ready comes out of the house. Going outside, she sees that someone has parked their car in front of her car. She calls him, but he doesn't pick up the call. So Mereay then goes to the office by bus, and on the way, she feels sleepy. Then she reaches the company. Her company's name is J+, and it is a mart company, and Mereay is the MD here. Then Yeon also gets ready and is going to work, so she sees a man there who is going from there with an umbrella. Seeing him, Yeon thinks, is it going to rain? Then we see the owner of that villa. A man comes to him. He says to him, "Sell this villa." But the owner says, "I have already told you that I will not sell this villa." Saying this, he is closing the door, but the person in front does not let him do so and goes inside the house. Then Mereay is in the company. Her colleague comes to her and says, "What happened? You don't look well." Mereay says, "I haven't completed my sleep, that's why my face looks like this." After this, they find out that their boss is coming here, and he is going to see their work. In the next scene, the boss comes there. His name is Chi-yeol. He comes there and looks at everyone's work and scolds the one whose work is wrong. Then he looks at Mereay's mom's work. Mereay's mom also works here. After this, the boss is giving a lecture to everyone to work properly. During this, Mereay is feeling sleepy, but she says to herself, "Just hold on a little longer." Then when the boss leaves from there, Mereay falls down, so everyone comes to her. Yeon also stands at her place and tries to see what happened. Then a boy picks up Mereay and brings her to the hospital. After a while, when Mereay regains consciousness, she asks, "What happened to me?" Just then, that boy, Taye, who had brought Mereay to the hospital, says, "You fainted due to exhaustion." Mereay asks him, "Who are you?" Hearing this, Taye looks at his uniform, so Mereay also looks at his uniform, and she finds out that he works as a security guard at J+. Then Mereay is getting up, so Taye gently presses her shoulder, motioning for her to lie down again, and says, "Your drip is not over yet." Mereay says to him, "You can go now, and anyway, why haven't you left yet?" Taye says, "The doctor told me to stay here and to take care of you." Mereay says, "I am fine now, so you can go." Hearing this, Taye starts to leave from there, and Mereay talks on a call from which she finds out that their villa has caught fire. Hearing this, Mereay immediately runs from there. The doctors try to stop her, but she leaves without paying the bill. Taye also sees her leaving. Then Mereay comes running to the villa with her mom, and both are thinking about what they will save first. They both start to go inside, but they are not allowed to go inside. Just then, Mereay's younger brother, Jay, who has a dog, calls them. Seeing the dog, Yeon says to the dog, "You are all right, aren't you?" Hearing this, Jay says, "You didn't even ask me once how I am. You only care about the dog." Hearing this, Yeon asks him too, "Are you okay?" So Jay says, "Yes, I am fine." Then the villa owner's dead body is brought down because he has died in this accident. Seeing this, everyone is shocked. Then some people living in the villa are sitting together and are talking to each other about how a fire suddenly broke out in the owner's house. There, a woman named Young-in says, "I feel there is something more to this." Just then, she gets a call and she finds out that the new owner of the villa is coming. Young-in says, "We have to go to the real estate tomorrow. They have called us." Yeon says, "How can a new owner of the villa come? If you look at it, after the owner's death, this villa should have gone to his daughter." Over there, Mereay is also talking with some people from the villa. Just then, she gets a message from her ex-boyfriend, in which it is written, "Why are you not talking to me? Do you not like me anymore?" Mereay sees his message, but does not reply. In the next scene, Mereay is in the office when she gets a call from her younger brother Jay, and he reminds her about Dad's death anniversary. So Mereay says to him, "I am busy," and saying this, she cuts the call. Then we are shown a past scene where Mereay kicks her dad out of the house and tells him to leave. Mereay's dad says, "I am your dad." So Mereay says, "My dad is dead for me." Then we see a scene from 2022 where everyone is watching the news of a bike accident on TV, so Jay says, "This bike is Dad's." Then he calls his aunt and asks about his dad, so the aunt says, "Your dad is dead." When the mom finds out about this, she cries, remembering her husband. The next day, everyone meets their new owner. His name is Gyeol. Yeon says, "Why have we been called here? We had a 2-year contract with the previous owner." There's a girl with Gyeol. She says, "Your time is about to be over, so what will you guys do now?" Yeon says, "After the owner's death, this villa should have first gone in his daughter's name." Gyeol says, "This is our personal matter. We will solve it. You guys think about yourselves. When will you guys leave?" Yeon then comes home and tells this to Jay. So Jay is also worried. Yeon says, "We don't have enough money to go and live somewhere else." Then Yeon goes to Mereay to talk about this. But there, Mereay is calculating money, where she has spent money this month. Then she says to her mom, "When the new owner comes here, ask him who to give the rent to from now on." Yeon sees that Mereay is already worried, so she doesn't tell Mereay about this and comes out. Then she messages the old owner's daughter, "I want to meet you." In the next scene, Yeon is with the old owner's daughter. She asks the daughter, "Why did you sell the villa?" The owner's daughter says, "My dad never gave me anything and I needed money. That's why I sold it." Yeon then tells all this to Jung-in. In the next scene, Taye comes to the company and he sees Mereay also coming. He holds the elevator for her. When Mereay comes inside the elevator, Taye is about to ask her, which floor does she want to go to? But Mereay is on the phone telling someone, "Come to the 10th floor." So Taye does the same. He takes her to the 10th floor and then comes out of the elevator himself. After that, Mereay also comes out of the elevator. Over there, Yeon sees one of her neighbors who has some fruits and at the same time is also writing a letter to give to their new owner so that their new owner lets them stay here. Yeon also comes home and she does the same. She calls the owner and says to him, "If you kick us out of the house, where will we go? We don't even have enough money to rent another house. Please don't do this to us and let us stay here." Gyeol says, "Okay, I will think about this." After the call ends, Gyeol is saying to someone, "What will you do now?" Then Mereay is working at night too, when she gets a message from her friend, "Come, let's have dinner together." So Mereay does the same. She goes to have dinner with them. There, Mereay's phone is getting a message from her ex-boyfriend, so seeing it, Mereay's friends ask her, "Is he still with you?" Mereay says, "It's nothing like that. I have broken up, but he still bothers me by messaging me." The friend says, "It's good that you broke up with him. He seemed a little crazy anyway. He dated for 100 days and then was asking for marriage." Here we are shown a flashback where Mereay is with her ex-boyfriend. Her ex-boyfriend says, "My nails have grown." Mereay says, "Then cut them." The ex-boyfriend says, "No, my mom has gone out. When she comes back, she will cut my nails." Mereay says, "Does your mom cut your nails?" The ex-boyfriend says, "Yes." Then he asks Mereay for marriage, so Mereay says, "I can't get married so soon." The ex-boyfriend says, "But I want to get married soon." So Mereay says, "Let's break up then, because I don't want to get married right now." This is how they both break up. Then the flashback ends, and Mereay's friend says to her, "We have a guy in mind. If you say so, we can arrange a date for you with him." Mereay says, "No, for now, I don't want to get into this mess." Then Mereay goes home and sees that her mom is making preparations for Dad's death anniversary. Mereay says to her, "Why are you doing all this? You shouldn't be doing all this." Then Mereay is on the roof, so her mom comes to her and says, "I want to hold your dad's death anniversary ceremony, but if you don't want to, then I won't." Mereay here remembers past things, that whenever she had a problem, her mom always supported her. Mereay says to her mom, "If you want to do the death anniversary, then it's fine. I will also do it with you." Then the three of them are doing the dad's death anniversary. During the death anniversary, Mom sits down and starts crying, and she tells Mereay and Jay to do the same. Mereay doesn't do it, but Jay also starts crying with his mom. Then a man comes to the villa who hears crying from Mereay's house, so he comes straight into their house. When Jay sees him, it is his dad. His name is Mujin. Mereay and Yeon also see him and are shocked. Yeon is about to fall seeing Mujin when Mujin comes forward and saves her. Then Gyeol also comes there. Yeon says to Mujin, "Why have you come here?" Mujin says, "I am the new owner of this villa." Hearing this, everyone is surprised. Yeon says to Gyeol, "Then who are you?" Gyeol says, "I am his agent." Jay says to Mujin, "You were dead, right? Then how did you come here and how did you buy the villa?" Mujin says, "I bought the villa with my money." Jay says, "You knew that we were living here, yet you bought the villa." Mujin says, "I didn't know that you guys were living here." Then we see a scene from 11 years ago where Yeon says to Mujin, "We can't live together anymore, so you should leave from here." Mujin tries to persuade her, but she doesn't listen to anything he says. The next day, the people of the villa are sitting together and talking that Mujin has come back. Then one of them says, "I know Mujin from before. He had started many businesses before, but not a single one was successful." Just then a lady there says, Yeon had also opened a restaurant, but because of Mujin, that also got ruined. That's why Yeon divorced Mujin. Over there, Mujin is with Gyeol, and he says to him that he can't evict anyone from the villa, so it is necessary that he also goes and lives with them. Then he goes to a shop, and there he buys things for his new house. In the evening, he meets Jay. Jay sees him and slaps his own face. Mujin says, "What are you doing?" Jay says, "I still can't believe that you are alive." Mujin says, "Did you think I was dead?" Jay says, "Yes, Auntie had said that you were dead." Mujin says, "Whenever we fight, she says the same thing." Jay says, "Then what about your bike?" Mujin says, "That was stolen a long time ago." Then Mujin says, "Is that why you guys were doing my death anniversary?" Jay says, "Yes." These two are talking when Mereay comes there, and she tells Jay to leave from there. So Jay leaves from there. After Jay leaves, Mereay says to Mujin, "We will leave from here by the end of this weekend, and if you have to talk about anything, talk to me. Don't talk to my mom." Mujin asks her, "Have you become a lawyer?" Mereay does not answer his question and leaves from there. After this, they go to some places and look at houses, but their prices are very high. Therefore, they are not able to take them. Over there, Jay checks on his mobile what the price of their villa would be. So he finds out that its price is 3 billion won. Knowing this, Jay is surprised that my dad has so much money. The next day, Mujin comes to the villa with his luggage, so some neighbors welcome him here. From above, Young-in is watching Mujin, and she says, "I have a full suspicion on him that he has done something." Then Yan also comes there, so Mujin asks her, "When are you guys leaving from here? I have to rent out your house." Yan says, "We will leave from here very soon." Just then, Jay comes there, who starts helping his dad with the luggage. Then, Mereay comes there, and she calls Yan to her, so Yeon sits in the car with her and leaves. In the next scene, Taye comes to the company. Just then, Mereay also comes there. Taye holds the elevator for her. Mereay comes into the elevator and she is very worried about the house. Taye again takes her to the 10th floor because he knew that Mereay had to go to the 10th floor. Over there, a maid is taking out Mujin's luggage. She takes out a bag, so Mujin comes and takes that bag from her and tells her, "Don't touch the bag again." Here, Young-in is still suspicious of Mujin. Then, Mujin is with Jay. He gives him his card and says, "Take whatever you want." So Jay happily takes the card and leaves from there. Then, a person named Park comes there, and he talks about the old owner that he was a very good person, don't know how he died so suddenly. Later, Mujin is at home, so Gyeol comes to meet him, and he gives Mujin a transfer tax document and says, "Whatever happened with the previous owner, let's hope that everyone doesn't suspect you for it." Mujin dodges the topic and tells Gyeol, "Drink coffee." Then Mereay is going to the company, so on the way she gets a call. Mereay picks up the call. This call is from her ex-boyfriend. He says, "Come on, it's good that you picked up my call." Mereay says, "I'm busy," and is about to cut the call. Her ex-boyfriend says, "I don't think you're busy." Mereay looks in front, and her ex-boyfriend is in front of her. He comes to Mereay and says a lot of things to her, and Mereay is not able to say anything to him. The people standing there are also watching all this. Then Miray's ex-boyfriend breaks up with her and leaves. Taye is also there. He also sees all this. Then Mereay also leaves from there. When she is going, she falls on the way, due to which she gets hurt. Then Taye comes there with a bicycle and tells her, "Hop on." Mereay sees here that her colleagues are coming towards her, so she quickly sits on Taye's cycle and leaves. Then, on the way at one place, Taye stops the cycle and says to Mereay, "I have to go to the bathroom, so you wait for a while." Mereay sits there and starts waiting for him. After a while, Taye comes there with a bandage for Mereay and gives her a bandage for her scrape. Mereay says to him, "That day I had left the hospital, so you had paid my bill." Saying this, she starts giving him money, but she doesn't have money. So she asks Taye for his account number and says, "I will transfer the money to you." Taye says, "It's okay, you can give it later." Then he tells Mereay, "Ride with me." But Mereay says, "You go, I will go." Hearing this, Taye leaves from there. Then Mereay gets a call from her friend, so Mereay goes to meet her. There, her friend says, "Don't worry, you will find a good boy." On the other side, the ladies of the villa are in Young-in's salon, and they are talking about where Yeon's ex-husband got so much money from that he bought the villa. They also ask Young-in about this, so Young-in says, "What do I know? I haven't even seen him yet." Then Mujin comes for a swim, and when he is leaving from there, he meets the same man from the villa who knew Mujin from before. He asks Mujin, "Where did you get so much money from?" So Mujin here dodges his question and starts talking about something else. Then at night, Yeon is coming towards home when she meets the lady from the villa, and she asks Yeon, "Do you know where Mujin got so much money from?" Yeon says, "I don't know," and saying this, she leaves from there. Then going further, she meets Mujin. Mujin says to Yeon, "Are you guys really going to leave from here?" Yeon says, "Yes, we will leave from here very soon." Saying this, she starts to leave. So Mujin says, "You guys don't need to go anywhere. You guys can live here comfortably. I won't even take rent from you." Over there, we see Taye, who is a member of a karate team, and he trains children here. His team members come and ask him, "Why were you late today?" Taye says, "Because I had to save someone." Then Mereay is going home when she sees a restaurant on the way. Seeing it, Mereay remembers her restaurant, which was at the same place before. Then we are shown a flashback where Mereay and her mom together open a restaurant. Yoon says to Mujin, "This is your last chance, so don't make any mistakes." Then their restaurant starts doing well. But one day some people come to the restaurant and demand money from Mujin. Mujin says, "I will return your money soon." But they don't listen to him and vandalize the restaurant. Seeing all this, Mereay gets very sad and she says to Mujin, "We have given you many chances. Now you leave from here. and never come back again. Then the flashback ends, and Mereay is coming to the villa. Then she looks up. Mujin is standing there, watching Mereay. Mereay sees him, and then goes inside. The next day, Mereay and Yeon go to see a house. When they come out after seeing the house, Yeon says, "This house is very expensive. We can't live here. We will live there. And we have signed a 2-year contract, and there is still time left for the contract to end, so we will stay there." Hearing this, Mereay shouts at her, "How long are you going to stay there?" Seeing Mereay shouting, Yeon also shouts at her and says, "How dare you shout at me? I am your mom, and until our contract is over, we will stay there." Saying this, she leaves, and then later plays a game to control her anger. After that, Yeon comes to a restaurant to meet Mujin. Mujin also comes there. Yeon says to Mujin, "Why did you come here? You knew that we are living here, so why did you buy this villa?" Mujin says, "I didn't know about this before." On this, Yeon says, "You are lying. You knew from before that we are here. Still you came here." Over there, Mereay is looking for her mom. She goes to Young-in's salon and asks her about her mom. Young-in tells her, "Your mom has gone to meet Mujin." Over there, Mujin comes out of the restaurant, and Yeon also comes behind him. She asks Mujin, "Tell me the truth. Why did you come here?" Mujin doesn't say anything, so she grabs his hand. So Mujin says, "Yes, I knew from before that you guys live here. That's why I came here. I want to live with you again. Do you hate me so much that you will go away from me again?" Saying this, he holds Yeon. Yeon tells him, "Let go," but he doesn't. Then, Mereay also comes there and she shouts loudly, but Mujin still doesn't let go of Yeon. Just then Taye comes there, and sensing that something is wrong, he kicks Mujin, due to which Mujin falls down. Seeing this, Yeon goes to him and asks, "Are you okay?" Hearing this, Taye finds out that this is Mireay's dad. Taye says, "Please forgive me. I thought something wrong was happening here. That's why I did all this." Then Yeon lifts Mujin, but Mereay again pushes Mujin and makes him fall down, and then both start looking at each other. The next day, Taye is training the kids. Then the kids ask Taye to show them a kick, so Taye shows them a kick. A kid asks, "Have you ever kicked anyone?" Hearing this, Taye remembers that he had kicked Mireay's dad at night. Taye says, "Yes, I have." Then at night, Yeon is thinking, "Mujin has told me that we can stay here, so we will stay here." Just then some people come to see the house, so Yeon says to them, "We are not going anywhere. We will stay here." Mereay also hears this from Yeon. Then she comes home and says to her mom, "How can we stay here? Mujin lives here." Yeon says, "We came here first, so why should we leave this place?" Hearing this, Mereay says, "Are you going to be with Mujin again?" Yeon says, "Why would I do that?" After this, Mereay goes to meet Mujin and says to him, "What do you want after all?" Mujin says, "I want to live with your mom again, and maybe you are scared that I will snatch your mom from you." Mereay says, "That will never happen." So Mujin says, "Let's make a contract. If I win your mom over in 4 weeks, and if I can't, then you tell me what you want." Mereay says, "When you and my mom divorced, mom didn't get alimony. And from that time till today, if we see, enough money will be made that this villa will become ours." Mujin says, "Okay, if I can't win your mom over in 4 weeks, then this villa will be yours." After this, Mujin again meets the villa man, so he still asks him how he earned so much money. Mujin does not answer his question. The next day, Mereay is going to the office when she meets Mujin. He gives her the contract and says, "I have made our contract legal." Then Mereay gives him this month's rent. Mujin says to her, "Do you want to add anything else to this contract?" Mereay says, "No." Then, Mereay goes to a coffee shop and gets coffee for herself from there. Just then, Taye also comes there, so Mereay gets coffee for him too. Taye says, "You don't need to do all this." Mereay says, "That day you paid my bill in the hospital, that's why I'm doing all this." Saying this, she takes the coffee and leaves from there. The next day, all the people of the villa are sitting in one place, so Park says to them, "The day the fire broke out in the villa, I had seen Mujin there a day before." Young-in also says, "That day I had also seen Mujin smoking a cigarette on the roof." Hearing this, the rest of the people also start suspecting him. Young-in says, "For sure Mujin has done something with the old owner." These people are talking when Yeon comes there. Seeing her, everyone becomes quiet. Then after Yeon leaves, Young-in says to everyone, "We can't tell her anything right now. What if she's also involved with Mujin? We have to find evidence first." The next day, Mujin sends gifts for everyone living in the villa. When Yeon comes, he gives her a gift too and says, "Thank you for staying here." Yeon says, "I haven't stayed here because of you. I have stayed because of money." Saying this, she leaves from there. In the next scene, Mereay is in the company and she is waiting for the elevator. Just then, the elevator arrives. As soon as the elevator door opens, Taye inside is calling the boss, "Dad." Mereay hears this and is surprised. Then other people are also coming there, so those people pull Mereay inside the elevator. They are about to talk to Mereay in the elevator when the elevator door opens and Mereay goes out of the elevator. So Taye's dad says to him, "Talk to her and explain to her. She shouldn't tell this to anyone." Taye says, "Okay." Then Jae meets Young-in and gives her a gift too. Young-in says to Jae, "I have never seen your dad till today. Just then, Mujin comes there. Seeing Mujin, Jong-in is surprised. Then Mujin takes Jae and leaves from there. Then he goes to a restaurant with Jae. Going there, they both eat food. After that, when Mujin comes back, he again meets Young-in. Mujin asks Young-in, "How are you?" Young-in says, "Don't worry, I won't tell anyone about you, especially not Yeon." Saying this, she goes inside. Here, Mereay is working in the company. Then one of her colleagues says, "I have heard the boss's son also works in this company, but who he is? Nobody knows." So the other colleague also says, "Yes, I have also heard." Mereay listens to their talk. Then she comes outside and meets Taye. He says, "I have to talk to you about something." Then both go to a restaurant. Taye says, "I want to do something on my own, that's why I am doing this job. Don't tell anyone I am the son of the boss of this company." Mereay says, "Okay, I won't tell this to anyone." Then they come outside and say bye to each other and leave. The next morning, the people of the villa gather and are talking. Mujin has killed the old owner. Mereay also hears their conversation. Then Miray's mom is working in the mart. Just then a lady from the villa comes to her and starts shouting at her, "Your husband has done so much and you are supporting him?" Yeon says, "What are you saying? I don't understand anything." Just then, Mujin also comes to the mart. So he meets Taye. Taye says to Mujin, "I'm sorry for my act that day." Mujin says, "It's okay." Then Mujin sees that a lady from the villa is shouting at Yeon. So Mujin comes to her and tries to make her quiet, but that lady does not stop. Just then, Mereay comes there and says to that lady, "He is not my dad. Stop calling him my dad again and again. I have no relation with him." Then Mereay and Yeon are coming home, so the people of the villa again say to Yeon, "Mujin has killed the old owner." Yeon says, "He has not done anything like that. You people have a misunderstanding." Just then, Mujin also comes there and hears their talk. The next day, Mujin goes to the police station and gives his statement about the day of the fire. Then he comes out, so Young-in is keeping an eye on him. Young-in gets a call from someone and he asks what happened. Young-in says, Mujin is telling the police officer to find out who set the fire in the villa and arrest him. Then Mujin sees him and comes to him and says, "Tell all the people of the villa to come to the restaurant." In the next scene, everyone is in the restaurant. Just then, Mujin comes there and says, "What you people are thinking about me is all wrong. It is true that I went to the villa many times before the fire started. I asked the owner to sell the villa many times, but he was not ready to sell the villa. Then when that owner died in the fire, his daughter sold me that villa. And today I went to the police station. I told the police to arrest whoever set the fire, but the police told me, we have already investigated. The fire in the owner's house started due to a short circuit, and we also have proof of this. I still told the police to investigate again and arrest the person who set the fire." Hearing this, all the people apologize to Mujin for suspecting him. Mujin forgives everyone, and then all the people drink together. Young-in is also sitting there, and she is watching Mujin. Then Mereay is in the office, so Mujin messages her, "Now I will not back down." The next day, Mereay and Mujin both come to a shop together. Both have come here to get something for Yeon. Mujin here says to Mereay, "I will definitely bring Yeon close to me, no matter what." Over there, the ladies of the villa meet Yeon, and they apologize to her for saying a lot of wrong things to her. Yeon says, "Let it be now, you people always talk behind my back. Now I have gotten used to it." Saying this, she goes ahead and meets Mujin. Yeon says to Mujin, "I have spoken to your sister. You haven't told her you have bought a villa." Mujin says, "I haven't told her yet. I will tell her later." Over there, Taye's dad meets him and says to Taye, "Now you should quit this job." Taye says, "But you were the one who told me to do this job before." Dad says, "Yes, because I wanted you to know how hard people work to earn money. But now you should quit this job." Taye says, "I will do this job for a few more days, and then I will quit this job." Dad says, "Okay, you can do this job for a few more days." After that, Taye comes out, and there he sees Mereay, with whom some ladies are talking about his dad. Then Taye takes her with him to the karate school and gives her some training there. After that, they are both going. When Mereay sees that Mujin has drunk a lot and two people are holding him and taking him to a taxi, Taye sees all this. Then he looks nearby, but Mereay is not there. She is standing a little ahead. Taye goes to her and says, "Don't lose hope. One day everything will be all right." After this, Mujin tries to meet Yeon many times, but every time Mereay comes in between and takes Yeon away on some pretext. Then one time, Mujin sees that Mereay is going somewhere, so he quickly gets on a cycle and comes to Yeon and gives her a flower and says, "Can we have a meal together once?" In the next scene, Mereay and Jae are going somewhere together, so Jae says, "I want mom and dad to be together." Hearing this, Mereay starts looking at him. Then there is a meeting in Miray's office where everyone is happy seeing Miray's work. The boss is also happy with her work and says, "You have really done a very good job." Then Mereay is in the elevator, so Taye also comes there. There, Miray's friend asks her, "Do you know who the boss's son is here?" Mereay says, "No, I don't know." Then they come to the parking lot and look at each other. Then Young-in is at her home and is looking at a photo. This photo is of her and Mujin. Then Young-in is drinking with a friend of hers, so her friend asks, "Are you dating anyone right now?" Young-in says, "No." Her friend says, "What about that man who was with you in Thailand and who ruined your life?" Young-in does not give any answer to this question. After this, Young-in is coming back home when she sees Mujin on the way. She calls out to him. Mujin stops. Then she brings him home with her. Coming home, she gives him rent and asks him, "What happened with you in Thailand?" Mujin does not give any answer, so Young-in says, "When I came to Korea, I had lost my child." Hearing this, Mujin leaves from there without saying a word. The next day, Taye comes to the company. Then he sees that Mereay is coming, so he holds the elevator for her. Mereay comes into the elevator. Then when Taye leaves the elevator, Mereay smiles seeing him. Over there, Yeon is going when she meets Mujin on the way, who is sitting on a bike. Yeon says to him, "Why don't you get a car?" Mujin says, "I'll get it later." After that, he asks Yeon to have a meal together, so Yeon agrees. Then they both go to a hotel to have a meal. There, Yeon says to Mujin, "I don't want to come with you again. I am happy with my children. You should meet some other woman and spend your life with her." Hearing this, Mujin gets sad and leaves from there. The next day, Yeon wakes up Mereay. So Mereay says, "Today is a holiday." Yeon says, "Today we both are going out for a walk, so you get up quickly." Mereay gets up quickly, and then both get ready and go out for a walk, where Yeon tells Mereay, "Mujin wants to live with me again. I know he's feeling very lonely, that's why he's saying so, but it's okay. He will be fine soon." Then Yeon is going home when she sees a couple photo on the way, so she imagines herself and Mujin in its place. Just then, a lady from the villa comes there and takes Yeon with her to Young-in's salon. There, the other lady asks Yeon, "When are you two getting together?" Yeon says, "No, we will never be together." Young-in is also listening to their conversation. Then at night, Taye meets Mereay and says to her, "Come, I will drop you home." Mereay says, "No, I will go by myself and you shouldn't be so nice to me." Saying this, she leaves. Then Taye is at home, and he remembers that he had seen Mereay leaving, so he had gone to her. Over there, when Yeon is going home, she sees Jung-in on the way, who has drunk a lot, and due to the drink, she falls down. Seeing this, Yeon picks her up and then takes her to her home. Just then, she sees that photo, in which Mujin and Jung-in are together. Seeing this, Yeon is surprised. The next day, Yeon is working in the mart, but she is not paying attention to her work at all. She is thinking about that photo. Then when Yeon picks up her bag to return from work, she sees that photo again. Then she remembers that when Young-in was new in the villa, she was pregnant. And when I asked her about that child, she did not give any answer. After this, Young-in used to drink often, due to which she lost her child. Then Yeon had gone to meet her and hugged and consoled her. Then the flashback ends, and Yeon comes to meet Young-in and asks her, "Did you used to live in Thailand before?" When Young-in hears this, she feels she has found out everything. But Yeon here changes the topic and says, "We will go to visit Thailand very soon." After this, Yeon plays a game to control her anger. Here, Mujin is sitting in a restaurant and drinking. Just then, the owner of the place comes to him. They are both talking. Just then, the owner gets a call from his daughter and she asks him, "Bring some things." Seeing him, Mujin thinks, "Are all daughters like this?" Then Mereay goes to a lady who was going to stop their supply. She requests the lady not to stop their supply, but that lady does not listen to her. Just then, Taye comes there. He knew the lady. He gives the lady chocolate and then requests her, "Please don't stop his supply." So the lady agrees with him. After this, they both go to the beach and are walking together. Just then, Mereay feels cold on the beach, so Mujin gives her his coat. Then they see there that Mujin is shouting there. Mujin sees them both and becomes quiet. Then he comes to them, so Taye says hello to him and leaves from there. Mereay asks Mujin, "Why have you come here?" Mujin says, "I came here so that I could reduce your burden, but now I feel that I should not have come here." Saying this, he leaves from there. So Taye is standing on the way. Mujin asks him, "What is your name?" So Taye tells, "My name is Taye." So Mujin says, "Bye," to him and leaves. The next day, Mereay is sitting in a restaurant. Just then she sees Jay there. She calls him and asks, "Why didn't you go to school?" Jay says, "I am in school only." Mereay says, "Don't lie, I am sitting in front of you." Jay sees her and runs from there and goes inside and hides. Mereay comes after him and catches him. Then she asks him, "Why didn't you go to school?" Jay says, "I don't want to go to school. I will become a businessman like my dad." Hearing this, Mereay gets angry and scolds him and tells him to go to school. Then she goes to his house to meet Mujin. She knocks on his door, but Mujin is not there. So a man comes there and tells Mereay, Mujin is in the restaurant. So Mereay goes to the restaurant to meet him. Yeon also hears this. Then Mereay comes to the restaurant to meet Mujin. So Mujin gives her an envelope and says, I am leaving from here. Mereay opens that envelope, so in it are the villa's documents which Mujin had transferred to her name. Mereay says, how can you leave like this? Jay is not going to school. He wants to do business like you. You should take his responsibility. Saying this, she tears the documents and is about to leave from there. Just then she sees Mom is coming. Seeing this, Mujin and Mereay both hide. Yeon comes to the restaurant and sees that there is no one there. Mujin asks Mereay, why are we hiding? So Mereay says, if Mom finds out I have placed a bet on her, then I don't know how angry she will be with me. Just then, Young-in is also passing from there. She sees her and Mujin's photo lying on the ground. A little while ago, Yeon had passed from there, and that photo had fallen from her. Then Mujin is going out of the restaurant. He says to Mereay, you come after 5 minutes. Mujin comes out and Yeon is standing outside. She asks Mujin, who were you with inside? She thinks Young-in is inside. She is about to go inside to see, but Mujin catches her and does not let her go inside. Then Mujin picks up Yeon and carries her toward the restaurant. So Yeon says to him, what happened between you and Young-in in Thailand? Are you the one who cheated on her? Mujin says, why are you asking all this? Are you jealous? Yeon says, tell me the truth. What is the relationship between you two? Mujin says, I will not tell. Saying this, he is about to leave from there. So Yeon in anger takes out an egg from her bag and breaks it on his head. The next day, Yeon is cleaning the house, and then while cleaning, she comes outside. Outside, Jung-in and Mujin are standing. Mujin says, why are you doing this work? Give it to me. I will do it. So Yeon says to him, okay, you do the cleaning. Saying this, she leaves. After she leaves, Young-in asks Mujin, how did you earn so much money? So Mujin does not answer her. Over there in the mart, Mereay is working. Then Taye comes to her and starts helping her. Mereay asks, what are you doing? Taye says, I am just helping you. So Mereay says, thanks, to him and leaves. In the next scene, Yeon meets Young-in and asks her about that photo. So Young-in says, I met Mujin in Thailand. He is a very good person. When he found out I am pregnant and the person I loved had cheated on me and left, he gave me his saved money and said, you should go back to Korea and start a new life. I refused to take the money, but Mujin said, I know that you need this money. Take this money and start your life again. Young-in says, there is no relationship between me and Mujin. He only helped me. He is a very good person. Yeon says, okay, but from where did he get so much money that he bought a villa? Young-in says, I don't know about this either. I saw him dancing in a bar. Yeon says, but you can't save so much money by dancing. Then, at night, Mujin meets Mereay, so Mereay gives him rent. Mujin says, there is no need for this. Mereay still gives the rent. Mujin says, in the restaurant you said I should fulfill my duty. What does that mean? Mereay says, if you don't know what it means, then there is no need to know. The next day, Yeon is working in the mart when a lady comes to her, and she is tasting one thing again and again. Then, after tasting, she says, it is not good. Just then, Mujin comes there. Mujin tastes it and says, it is very good. Then he also tells Yeon, pack it. After that, Yeon is with the ladies she works with. So they say to Yeon, your ex-husband is very good. Yeon gets happy hearing this and leaves from there. Then she's outside and meets Mujin. Mujin gives her the same thing. Then both come home together. So Mujin says, this place is exactly the same as before. It has not changed at all. Yeon says, so you should buy land here and then build a villa here. Hearing this, Mujin says, you are joking with me. Yeon says, no. Then both are going when Yeon sprains her foot. Mujin makes her sit in one place and then starts to fix her foot. Seeing him doing this, Yeon gets happy. Then she comes home and looks at Mujin's things and is thinking only about him. The next day, Mereay is working in the company. She gets very tired while working. Her friends say to her, you should rest for a while. Mereay says, no, I have to finish this work and give it. Then when she finishes her work and comes out, she is feeling very tired. Just then Taye comes to her and says, I will drive your car. But Mereay says, no, I am fine, I will drive myself. Then Taye says, I also have to go there, so you will drop me. Mereay says, okay. Then Taye sits in the driver's seat and starts driving the car. Mereay looks at him and thinks, whenever I am in a problem, he comes to help me. Then Taye safely takes her to the villa. Mereay says, thank you, to him. So Taye says, bye, to her, and leaves. Mereay watches him go. The next day, Yeon finds out that Jay had missed school. Yeon scolds him a lot for this, so Jay says, Mereay has already scolded me and now I will never miss school. Then Yeon goes to play a game to cool her anger. Just then Mujin comes there and asks her to go to the restaurant with him. So Yeon goes to the restaurant with him. There Yeon says to Mujin, Jung, told me you used to earn money by dancing in Thailand, but you can't earn so much money from that to buy a villa. Mujin says, I am good to people, but I don't know why you always misunderstand me. Over there, Mereay has also gone for a team dinner. During the dinner, she has to go to the washroom, so she comes out. Outside, she meets Taye. Taye asks Mereay, what are you doing here? Mereay says, we have come here for a team dinner. Then she asks Taye, why have you come here? Taye says, I have come to drink. Then these people finish the team dinner and leave. After they leave, when Mereay is going, she meets Taye on the way, who is lying on the ground. Mereay asks him, what are you doing here? So Taye says, this is my house. How did you come into my house? Mereay says, you have drunk a lot. This is not your house. You are sleeping on the street. Mereay picks him up and is taking him with her when he goes to a punching machine and starts punching it. Then he says to Mereay, you have grown up so fast you're handling your whole family. Then he puts his head on her shoulder and sleeps. So Mereay says, you don't have to sleep here. You have to go home and sleep. Over there, Yeon is saying to Mujin, I have always given more importance to Mereay than Jae, and that is why Jae missed school and I don't even know about it. I am not a good mother. Mujin says, no, you are a very good mother. After I left, you have handled both the children. On the other side, Mereay is taking Taye with her and asks Taye about his house. Where is your house? Taye has drunk a lot, so he is not able to tell her. Over there, Mujin tells Yeon to go home, so Yeon says, I don't feel like going home. Mujin says, let's go to my house then. Just then, Yeon sees a hotel in front and says, let's go to this hotel. Then both go towards the hotel. Here, Mereay also doesn't know Tae's address, so she also takes him to the hotel. When the light turns on, these four see each other and are surprised to see each other. Mereay, seeing Yeon and Mujin together, shouts, what are you two doing here? So Yeon also shouts at her and says, what about you? What are you doing here with this boy? Then Yeon angrily goes forward to hit Mereay. So Mujin stops her. Yeon shouts at both of them and says, what is your business here? What are you two doing here? Then Mujin stops her and takes her to the room. The next morning, Taye is jogging when he sees Mereay. She also has a bag with her. He comes to Mereay and asks her, you have left home and come? Mereay says, yes, I have left home. Over there, Yeon and Mujin come out of the hotel. Mujin tells Yeon, talk to Mereay calmly. Mujin says, she has grown up now. She has her own life too. Then Yeon comes home and she sees that Mereay is not at home. She calls her again and again, but Mereay does not pick up the call. Over there, Taye starts taking Mereay's bag and says, you must be tired. Give me the bag. Mereay says, no, I am fine. Mereay is not giving the bag, and Taye is taking her bag from her. In between this, Mereay falls down and her clothes get dirty, so Taye says, let's go to my house. Over there, Yeon gets very tense because of Mereay, so she is going to look for Mereay. Youngin and Jae try to stop her, but she does not listen to them and comes out. Just then, Mujin comes there, and he grabs her and takes her inside the house and makes her lie on the bed and says, you are not looking well. You rest here. I will make soup for you. Then he comes out and starts looking at their pictures hung on the wall. Over there, Taye is taking Mereay to his house. Then on the way, he meets his friends. They ask Taye, who is this? Taye says, this is my friend. Mereay is refusing to go to Tae's house. Taye says, your clothes have become dirty, so come home with me. Then he takes her inside his house. In the next scene, Mereay comes out after changing her dress. Then she finds Taye and his friends sitting there. They also ask Mereay to sit. Taye says, I will be right back. Then he goes inside and brings a coat from inside and puts it on Mereay and says, you will get cold. Then Tae's friends ask him, how do you two know each other? So Taye tells them, I am a security guard in a company, and she is at the post of MD in the same company. Then in the evening, Mereay helps Taye in picking up things. When they pick up the things, Mereay says, I should go now. Taye says, let's have a drink. So Mereay also agrees. Then both come inside to have a drink and both have a drink. Then Taye asks her, do you hate your dad? Mereay says, yes, because he has never taken care of us. He always used to create problems for us. Hearing this, Taye starts to console her. So Mereay says, what are you doing? Taye says, don't you know? Just then, they hear the sound of a car horn. Mereay says, my car has arrived. I should go. Taye says, but where will you go? Mereay says, don't worry, I am going to my own home. Then Mereay comes home, so Yeon says to her, we both had drunk a lot. That's why I told Mujin to go to the hotel. Apart from this, there is nothing else between us. Mereay says, okay. So Yeon asks her, but what about you? What were you doing with Taye? Mereay says, he is my friend. Yeon asks, is he just a friend or is there something more? Mereay says, why should I tell you? Saying this, she leaves. The next day, Yeon calls Jung in and tells her, Mereay talked to me in this way. So Young-in says, now she has grown up, let her do what she does. Then Yeon goes to Mireay's room to clean. She also asks Mireay to eat, but Mireay does not say anything. So Yeon goes back. After she leaves, Mireay looks at something in a box, and then keeps the box there and comes out. Outside, she meets Mujin. Mujin says to Mireay, you have come back? Mireay does not answer her and leaves from there. So Mujin also goes after her and says, we have not done anything. We only had a drink. Mireay listens to his words and then leaves from there. Then Taye messages Mireay. So Mireay also messages him back and asks, where are you? Taye says, I am near the house. So Mireay calls Taye to a park to meet. Taye immediately comes there and says to Mireay, today, I will teach you how to ride a cycle. Mireay refuses at first, but then later agrees. So Taye teaches her how to ride a cycle. Mujin is also there. When he sees Mireay riding a cycle, he remembers that in childhood he had taught Mireay to ride a cycle. Mujin is thinking all this. Just then, a cycle is coming towards him. Mireay sees the cycle coming. So she quickly brings her cycle there to save Mujin. Mujin is saved, but Mireay falls down and gets hurt. Then Mujin picks up Mireay and takes her to the hospital. Taye is also with them. There, Mujin says to Mireay, why did you do that? It would have been fine if anything had happened to me, but if you had gotten more hurt, then he also scolds Taye. So Mireay says, why are you scolding him? He has not done anything. In the next scene, Taye is taking Mireay out on a wheelchair. Then Mireay is looking at Mujin, but Mujin is nowhere to be seen. Then Taye says, maybe he has left. He has paid the bills. Then Taye takes Mireay out. So Mujin also comes there. After that, Mujin is taking Mireay. Going a little further, Mujin says to Mireay, I could not become a good dad. For that, please forgive me. When Mireay hears this, she remembers a childhood memory of how happy she was with her dad. Remembering this, Mireay starts crying. Over there, Yeon is tidying Mireay's room. Just then, she finds that contract in a box, which Mireay, then these three are inside the house. Mujin tries to cool down Yeon's anger and says, I did all this. Mireay is not at fault in this. But Yeon still gets angry at Mireay and says, why did you bet on me? Now whose villa has this become? Why do you do all these things alone and endure all this? Mireay also says, so who else will do it? I am the head of this house. I have to take care of this house. After this, Mireay also says in anger, I also don't like doing all this. Hearing this, Mom says, if you don't like doing all this, then pack your things and leave from here. After this, Mireay tells Mom about her injury. So Mom forgets her anger and asks her what happened to you. Mireay tells her, I fell from a cycle. The next day, Mireay looks for her mom in the room, but she is not in the room. Then she comes to the mart, so Mom is working in the mart. Mireay comes to her and says, I am going to the hospital. Will you come with me? Yeon says, I will not go. In the next scene, Mireay is in the office and she tells her friend the whole story and says, what should I do now? Mom is angry with me. Her friend says, you should apologize to your mom. Mireay says, I have already done that. Her friend says, then get your mom something. Mireay says, this will not work. My mom will not take anything. Then at night, Taye goes to drop the kids to the car. After dropping the kids, when he is about to go back, he meets Mireay. He asks Mireay, what are you doing here? Mireay says, I got off at the wrong stop. That's why I am walking. Taye asks, have you eaten? Mireay says, no. So Taye takes her with him to a restaurant. They are both eating food, so Taye helps her again and again. Mireay says, don't do all this, I can eat with one hand. Taye asks, what is the problem now? Mireay says, this time it's my fault. I said very rude things to Mom. Taye says, everything will be all right. After this, Taye asks Mireay, go on a date with me next time. Hearing this, Mireay starts looking at him. Over there, Yeon goes to meet Mujin and also tears up that contract and then says to Mujin, do you think Mireay said all this in anger? Mujin says, it's all my fault. Please forgive me. Then Taye brings Mireay to the villa. So Mireay says to him, when everything is fine between me and my mom, then I will go on a date with you. Hearing this, Taye becomes happy. The next day, Jae is cleaning Mujin's house when he finds that bag which Mujin had forbidden the maid to touch. Jae opens it and is surprised to see the things in it. Over there, Yeon meets a lady from the villa and asks, you had a daughter. How did you say bye to her? The villa lady says, when my daughter got married, I was very lonely in the beginning. Then slowly I got used to it. And if you think about it, they also have their own life. They also have the full right to live their life according to their own will. After this, Yeon goes to play a game. And then when she comes home, she sees that someone has decorated the house. Just then, Mireay comes there and asks, how did you like all this? Yeon says, you didn't need to do all this. So Mireay apologizes to Yeon, so Yeon forgives her and hugs her. The next day, Mireay and Yeon are both going to work together when they meet Mujin. He asks, are you both going to work? Mireay says yes, and then they leave. Going a little further, Taye also sees Mireay going with her mom, so he is happy for Mireay. Over there, Gyeol gets a call from the old owner's daughter. She says to Gyeol, I want to meet Mujin. He is not answering my call. Gyeol says, you've already sold the villa. So now there is nothing left to talk about. In the next scene, Mereay is doing her work when Taye comes to her and says, "You can't do this work. Your hand is injured." Mereay says, "I am fine. I can do my work myself." But Taye says, "But I can at least take care of you." Just then, Mereay gets a message from the boss, and he calls her to the office. Mereay thinks, maybe the boss has found out that I and Taye are close to each other. That's why the boss will scold me and give me money and chase me away from here. Then she comes to the boss. So the boss looks at her hand and asks, "What happened to your hand?" Mereay says, "I fell from a cycle. That's why I got hurt." The boss says, "I have heard these days you and Taye are close to each other, so I have to get a work done from you." Mereay asks, "What?" So the boss says, "You talk to Taye and tell him to come and work here in the office." In the next scene, Yeon comes to the roof and sees that Mujin is sleeping there. She comes to Mujin and says, "Your age has increased, but you are still handsome." Then she puts an umbrella over Mujin and leaves. When Mujin wakes up, he is surprised to see that umbrella. Then Yeon is at home, so Jae tells her about that bag. He takes her there and shows her the bag and says, "Now you will know why I take Dad's side and I hated it when Dad was left." Saying this, he leaves. After that, Yeon opens that bag and finds old photos and things of their family in it, which Mujin had kept safe till now. Seeing all this, Yeon becomes emotional. Here we also find out that Mujin was previously in the football team, but then he left it for his family. Over there, Mujin goes to watch a football match. On the other side, Taye is eating with his dad. So in conversation, he tells him that he met Mereay today. Taye asks, "What did you say to her?" So Dad says, "I told her to talk to you and you should come and work in the company." But she refused me and said, "This is his life and it should be his choice what he wants to do." Hearing this, Taye immediately comes out of the house. He calls Mereay, so Mereay calls him to a place to meet. When Taye comes there, Mereay has a cake and she wishes Taye a happy birthday. Over there, Mujin is watching the match when Yeon comes to him. Mujin is surprised to see her. Yeon says, "Can you lend me some money? It's time for me to help Mereay move out and become independent. Now the time has come for me to free her and let her live her life according to her will. But she doesn't have money. I have to give her money even though she works in a company, but whatever money she gets, she spends it on us. Will you support me in this?" Mujin says, "Yes." Then Yeon gets up from there and is about to leave. So Mujin goes to her and hugs her and says, "I will always be with you." Here, Taye says thank you to Mereay for wishing him a happy birthday. Mereay says, "Why are you saying thank you to me?" Then she says to Taye, "Let's go." But Taye holds her hand and says, "I like you." So Mereay also says to him, "I also like you." After this, they both kiss each other. The next day, Mereay meets Taye and they both go for a walk. They take photos together and enjoy. Then in the evening when Mereay comes home, she is putting the password of the house, but the password is not working. So she calls her mom and asks about the password, so her mom calls her to a house and says, "From now on, you will live here." Mereay says, "You are joking." Yeon says, "No, now you have grown up and you should live your life according to your own will." Saying this, she leaves and goes a little further and sits in a place and starts crying. Just then, Mujin comes to her and says, "You have done a very good job. You don't need to worry about Mereay. She will handle everything." On the other side, Tae's dad tells him to work in the office. Tae refuses at first, but after Dad's repeated requests, he agrees. The next morning, Mereay wakes up and Tae messages her and asks, "How was the sleep in the new house?" Mereay says, "I slept well." Then Mereay goes to Tae's training center. So Tae gives her some training. Over there, Yeon is at home, so Mujin comes to her. He has brought food for her. Mujin says, "Why are you sitting so sad? You should do something." Yeon says, "I don't want to do anything." Hearing this, Mujin lies down and says, "If you don't want to do anything, then you also lie down like this and rest." So Yeon also lies down next to him. Mujin says, "What I couldn't do before, I will do all that now. I will show you that I can be a good dad and a good husband." Hearing this, Yeon also becomes happy. On the other side, the people of the villa are still talking about where Mujin got so much money from. Then Mereay is setting up her house's things. Then she remembers her mom. Then she goes to the villa to see her mom. There she sees her mom and Mujin happy together and comes back. Mujin sees her leaving. Then Mujin and Mereay are in a restaurant. Mujin says, "That family is yours. Don't think by staying away you will no longer be a part of that family. You are still a part of that family." Mereay asks, "Are you two getting married?" Mujin is about to answer her, but Mereay says, "No, there is no need to answer." Saying this, she leaves from there. In the next scene, Taye is seating the kids in the car when Yeon comes there. Then they are both going in the car, so Yeon says to Taye, "You should always keep Mereay happy and never bother her." Taye says, "Don't worry, I will always keep Mereay happy." The next day, Mereay and Taye meet in a restaurant, they eat food together and then both go for skating together and enjoy a lot. The next day, some people from the office go to a restaurant to eat, just then Taye and Mereay also come there, so all the people eat together. Then when they come out after eating, a bike stops in front of them which Yeon is riding, and Mujin is also with her. Everyone is surprised to see her that she was riding the bike so well. After this, two ladies who had seen Yeon riding the bike ask Yeon, "Will you work in an ad?" Yeon says, "I will think and tell you." Then Yeon is working in the mart, so Mereay comes to her. Yeon asks, "Are you living well in the new house?" Mereay says, "Yes," and then leaves from there. At night when Mereay comes home, there are a lot of chores in her house. Mereay does those chores and gets tired while working. Then she realizes that not me but mom was handling the house. She used to do so many chores of the house, but she never let us feel the burden of these chores. After this, Mereay comes home to meet her mom, who is still sitting in Miray's room and missing her. Mereay comes to her and says, "Sorry, I could never understand you, but today I have understood what you used to do for us." Then she sleeps with her mom at night. The next day, Taye's dad also brings Taye to the company and tells everyone, "This is my son, and from now on, he will work with us." Seeing Taye, everyone is surprised that he is the boss's son. In the next scene, Yeon calls those ladies and says, "Yes, I'll do the ad." Then when she is going, Mujin brings a car for her. Some people from the villa ask them, "Where are you guys going?" But they don't tell them anything. Then Yeon goes to a parlor to get ready. Just then, Mereay also comes and asks, "What is all this happening?" So Mujin tells her everything. Then when Yeon does the ad, some ladies from the villa also watch her ad on TV and say, "She's looking very beautiful in this ad. We should buy her product." After the ad ends, those ladies say, "You have done a very good job. If we need it again, we will call you, so you will have to come." Yeon says, "Okay, I will come." Over there, after work, Taye comes to drop Mereay. When they reach near the house, they see Mujin standing. Mujin had come here to see Miray's house. Seeing Mujin, Taye says bye and leaves. Then Mereay brings Mujin inside the house and asks, "Why have you come here?" Mujin says, "I came here to see your house." Then when Mujin sees Miray's house and goes out, he gets a call from the old owner's daughter. She asks him to meet her. Mujin says, "Okay, we will meet tomorrow." The next day, Mujin goes to meet the old owner's daughter. Her name is Sang. She says to Mujin, "You told my dad to invest in a company. It turned out to be a fraud and my dad lost all his money." Mujin says, "I'm sorry," to her for this. In the next scene, Taye and Mereay are leaving after finishing work when they are waving bye to each other with their hands. Then two ladies see them doing this. In the next scene, all the people of the villa are having a party at one place, so they also call Mujin and ask him to come there. Mujin says, "Okay, I am coming." Actually, Mujin was worried because of Sang's words, so he was sitting alone. Then Taye and Mereay are eating in a restaurant. Just then, Mujin passes by from outside. Mereay sees him and says he looks a little worried. Taye says, "No, I think he has had a drink." Then Mujin comes to the villa people's party. Gyeol has also come there. All these people are sitting when Sang comes there and she pours liquor on Mujin's head. The rest of them ask, "Who are you?" Sang says, "These two together have robbed my dad. These two came to my dad. They told my dad to invest in a company. Because of these two, my dad lost all his money and now these two will return that money to me. They are crooks." Then she starts hitting Mujin. Just then Yeon comes and stops her and says, "He is not a crook. If he was a crook, he would not have come back to us." Young says, "You have so much faith in him?" Yeon says, "Yes, because we are a family." Hearing this, Mujin leaves from there. Sang is about to go after them. Just then, Gyeol stops her and says, "I will tell you the whole truth about what happened." Then he tells everyone, "A few months ago, Mujin came to me and he had said, 'A lot of money has come to me. I want to buy the family villa. For this, we used to go to your dad to sell the villa, but he refused to sell the villa and said that he would give this villa to his daughter. Then, a lot of people came to us to invest in their company. We refused. Then, a man named Jun Young came to us and asked us to invest. We refused. But that man trapped your dad in his words, and your dad got ready to invest. When your dad was about to sign the papers, even then Mujin went to your dad and told him not to do so. But your dad did not listen to him and invested, and that company turned out to be a fraud and ran away with your dad's money. Now your dad had nothing left. He had an insurance. So your dad created such a situation and set himself on fire. But seeing that situation, everyone felt that his death happened in an accident. Because of this, his insurance was claimed. He set himself on fire to get the insurance money to you. Now your dad's insurance money is yours." Hearing all this, Sang realizes her mistake, and she apologizes to everyone and leaves from there. Then, Mujin is leaving. So Yeon comes to him and says, "Let's go home." Mujin says, "I can't go. I have ruined everything again." Hearing this, Yeon reminds him of past things. Mujin still doesn't agree, so she goes to him and kisses him and asks him to go. But Mujin doesn't do that. He goes to her, and kisses her again. Then they are both going. When they meet Young on the way, Young says to Mujin, "Please forgive me, I suspected you." Mujin says, "It's okay." Young says, "Can't you tell how you earned so much money?" Yeon also says, "Now you should tell where so much money came from." Hearing this, Mujin comes back to the restaurant where all the people are. Then Mujin tells everyone there, "When I lived with my family, a man told me to invest in a company. I told him I didn't have any money. Then that man said, 'I know a loan company. You take a loan from it.' Then I took a loan from that company and invested. Later that company committed fraud and ran away. And the loan people came to our restaurant and they vandalized our restaurant, because of which my family kicked me out of the house." Then Mujin found out that the man who had taken money from him was in Thailand. So Mujin went to Thailand and started keeping an eye on him. Then one day Mujin catches that man in a club and asks him for money, but that man refuses to give money. Just then, a lady comes there with her bodyguards. This man had done a very big scam with that lady, and when Mujin was keeping an eye on him, this lady had seen him and had asked to catch him. Now when Mujin had caught that man, that lady was happy with him and gave Mujin that scam money. Mujin says, "I can't take this money." That lady says, "I have a lot of money. This money is nothing for me, but for you, this money is a lot. You keep this money and go to Korea and start a new life with your family." In this way, that lady gives her 4 billion won to Mujin. Then the flashback ends, and Mujin tells everything and leaves from there. The next day, Yeon remembers the kiss with Mujin and is going to meet Mujin. But just then she feels that someone is coming, so she quickly goes back into the house and is about to lock the door. Just then, Mujin also comes inside. Yeon says, "I thought someone else was coming." Mujin kisses her and says, "From now on, whenever I feel like it, I will do this." Saying this, he leaves. On the other side, Mereay and Taye are together and both are very happy. Then they are in the company and there also they are working sitting together. Then someone is watching them from above. Over there, Mujin and Yeon go to play a game. There Yeon asks Mujin, "What do you want to do next?" Mujin says, "I have already said that I will now take care of my family." Then Yeon shows him a paper and says, "Children are taught football here. They need a coach, so you do this work. Because of us, you had left football, but now I want you to bring football back into your life." Hearing this, Mujin agrees with her. The next day, someone posted in Mereay's company, the boss's son Taye is dating Mereay. Regarding this, everyone starts talking about Mereay that she is dating the boss's son. Mereay's mom also finds out about this. Then Mereay gets upset about all this, so she sits somewhere and drinks. Then Taye picks her up and is taking her and says, "All this happened because of me." Mereay says, "Why are you blaming yourself for this? See, with time everything will be fine." Over there, Yeon meets Mujin, and she tells him the whole story. Mujin says, "Don't worry, everything will be all right." Then Taye also tells his dad everything, so his dad says, "What is the need to hide about this? You both like each other. So tell everyone this, and we will soon make Mereay a part of our family." The next day, Mereay and Taye tell their colleagues, "We are dating each other." Hearing this, everyone says to them, "We are all very happy for you both." In the next scene, Mereay and Yeon meet at a place. Yeon asks, "Are you happy in your house?" Mereay says, "I wasn't happy before, but now it's fine." Then she says to Yeon, "If you and Dad want to get married again, you can. I have no problem with it. I just want you two to be one again." Hearing this, Yeon becomes happy. In the next scene, everyone is together and decides, "We will definitely have a meal together once a month." Then Yeon does another ad and is very happy. Then she comes home and calls Mujin and says, "We should go on a trip." Mujin says, "Okay." Then they go on a trip and spend a good time with each other. The next day, Mereay is in the office, so her colleagues ask, "When are you two getting married?" Mereay says, "We will date for some time first, then we will get married." After this, Mereay and Taye are at home. Mereay gives Taye a list of things we will do. The list is quite long. Seeing it, Taye says, "We will do all these things one by one." In the next scene, Mereay goes to meet Mujin and says, "You were scammed. Why didn't you tell me this before?" Mujin says, "At that time, even if I had told you, it would not have changed anything because at that time you all were very angry with me." Then Mereay says to Mujin, "I'm sorry for saying so much to you." Mujin forgives her. Then they both play together and remember their childhood memories. In the next scene, Jae goes for an interview at a place and he gets that job. Then these four are eating together because they had decided that they would eat together once a month, and today was that day. Here, Mereay and Mujin have an argument. Mujin says, "I will sleep with Yeon." Mereay says, "I will sleep with Mom." Yeon, to end their argument, says, "Jae and I will sleep in one room." Hearing this, both of them start arguing with Jae. And with this happy ending, this drama ends here.